first proposition, I think your wig is scaring me. Okay?
So the first question is our names, how we identify, and your favorite thing about me and my favorite thing about you.
Hi guys, my name is Lelethu. I identify as curious, but I like girls more, definitely. What I like most about Rivoningo is that she's nurturing, she's understanding, no judgment zone, safe space. It's a safe setted, it's a safe.
Hi everyone, so my name is Rivoningo. This is actually my channel, so welcome to everyone. I identify as pansexual and as demisexual, and my favorite thing about Lelethu is she really brings the good vibes. She's a very lively, light person, and wherever she is, like, doesn't matter what's happening, there'll be light and laughter. Yeah. And then the next question is the first thing that comes to mind when we think about each other.
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Rivoningo has to be definitely safe space. Like, she's the first person who I've met and I can like speak about things that I can't necessarily speak about with other people, because Rivo she is not imposing. I think that's why I say she is such a safe space to be around or speak to, or like we can cry to go with Slege, you know. Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think about Lelethu is definitely just good times. And I say this like, we can go out together, it can be a good time, it doesn't matter what's happening, but if Lelethu is there, everyone's definitely going to like have a good time, everyone's going to smile, everyone's going to laugh, everyone's going to have a good impression, a good memory to leave with. Yeah. And then how long have we known each other and how long have we been friends?
Okay, so we've known each other since grade 8. Shout out to Border Schools Debating Union, which was the worst part of our lives. As first proposition, I think your wig is scaring me. Okay, it was bad. So I've known her since grade 8, but we haven't known each other because
school competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My debating teacher took it a bit too personally, so we weren't allowed to interact with other kids. So I'd say I started knowing Rivo in grade 12 when we spoke at Eisteddford at Georgia.
English moderation.
Yeah, English moderation. Yeah, as you can see, we friends with brains. Okay, yeah. So since matric, so 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, do you think we were brought together by our queerness and the lived experiences that come with it, or by just other shared experiences?
Other shared experiences, definitely. Like, I feel like both Rivo and I actually poured ourselves into our very not so great schools, and then we realized that, wow, we played ourselves like, I should have gone home at 10 past 2, nigga. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was us just like reminiscing, if that's even the word, because it
was
like
a good time.
Good memories. But us like unpacking what happened in high school on Twitter and just connecting in those experiences and realizing that we had very common.
Also, I think also we have quite I hate to phrase it like this, but like this was society for, you know, like the angry black woman.
Yeah.
So we're like, we there, like, yeah.
So it was that, and I didn't know you were queer before. Yeah. I don't think people knew I was queer like straight out of high school.
Yeah.
Because man.
Also I think like, I don't think East London gave us the space to be queer. East London has no space for a lot, like even wearing shorts. So you can imagine just being openly queer there, like in East London, like even like going from being in Joburg to the switch in East London, like even just going to the club in East London, I know that I'd never wear the outfits I wear here to a club in East London because there's no space for a lot of things. Like it's very limited. It's very like we're conditioning you guys to be these kinds of people.
I distinctly remember people having not so great times if they were out at my school, and not just like in my school but like outside school as well, just in East London in general. If you are out, especially as a high school kid, because you spend most of your time with high school people in school, whatever, they didn't have like a good time. I think I sort of came out to my friends. I don't want to say come out, it like came up in conversation that I'm pan to some of my friends in like grade 11 matric, but we never.
I think the only time what helped me is that I never like the chat about like about gay was never a thing that like I pondered upon, because even growing up at home, like my dad did not do shady politics. So even like he'd explain to us that, listen, lendo gay I fika nganani, like Tina Elokshini, there was this gay boy and we knew he was gay and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's how he is. And then especially because when there was this gay guy and like he was the most amazing person, and that's when I started becoming like more open or receptive to it. And I think that's another thing with East London, like there was one guy who was like bold about it, and I think that's when we started learning to like, okay, this is just, it's just normal.
Yeah. The next question is, how often do we text and see each other? We
Text every day. Every day.
We see each other like
monthly, because also akomali, that's why we've gone quiet. But I think I think because like Rivening was such a safe space, and particularly because I feel like I don't want to say Hatfield is a safe space, but her particular space is safe. I do try to come like every month. Break from Joburg is needed. That place is dark.
I don't go to Joburg much anymore. I went a lot last year, but not this year.
You shouldn't.
Do you feel safer and more comfortable around your queer friends?
Yeah. Yes, like also they understand dynamics better. I feel like with straight friends they limit you to what they saw before without taking into consideration like simple example. When I was quite young, I explored my sexuality. Obviously, I was told that dinama dimoni, and I was bad for doing that. So I completely disregarded like, you must only like boys. That was what I thought for the longest time. Then especially when going to East London, you must only like, you are a girl, you must like a boy. You know what I mean? And then also like with straight friends, I think that's what they've been seeing. Yeah, that's what they want you to. So they stick to that thing. But no, you know, Lelethu is with boys, without realizing that we condition sometimes to think that, you know, our sexuality is this kind of way.
I think I don't know what to say because 90% of my friends are queer. The straight friends that I do have, if you walked into a room, you wouldn't tell like that they are straight people and queer people. Yeah, definitely. So I do think my straight friends are safe, comfortable spaces, but also I don't interact with that many straights for me to say like in a general sense. But my straight friends are, I think, really chill. Our straight friends in Hatfield, because I have a lot of different friendship groups. Rivoningo doesn't like people that much, but our straight friends in Hatfield, like the ones that are in Revo's space, I think because Revo is the person who she is, people don't come into a space and try to be weird, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we can tell, like we don't have different, are you straight? No. We don't have different dynamics between our queer friends and our straight friends. So yeah. Do you think queer friendships are more intimate? Why and how? I think they're more intimate. I don't know, I actually get along with most of my queer friends a lot. Even like the girlie I was speaking about yesterday, about how I always feel safe around it, because I don't know, there's something very like safe about it. And obviously she's like the only sort of like queer friend I have in Joburg. That's another thing. But even then, like
she's also bi, so like I don't know, see, I understand that, and
yeah,
I don't know, guys, like there are some also, it's just, it goes back to like understanding it dynamics and the fact that I was judge or I was because now yeah, basically.
I think my queer friendship, even like our friendship, is more intimate because queers are more understanding of the differences people have in terms of connecting with people. A lot of straight people box connections. So if sizicho kufuneka senze ezinto, or we're not being good friends, or we're not being intimate or whatever, like I have a friend who I hug 2 times a year and still we're very close, we're very intimate, we basically live the same life.
And like also like straight people's idea of intimacy and affection is just a bit tricky. Like I know that I recently found a friend who I am so comfortable with, like hugging, affection, you know, when they hug me, like it feels like my life, you know what I mean? But with other people I'm like, please don't hug me, like please don't touch me. And it's not because they're straight or whatever, it's also because like energies are just also
you guys have bad vibes, man.
Period.
But yeah, I'm not a very like conventionally intimate person, and also it just varies with who like I'm connecting with, and I found a better space with queer people.
Also people need to understand that like sometimes I just, as much as I can call you over, I don't want to hug, I don't want to talk, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be around people because maybe in that particular day I'm feeling so bad and I just need to be around someone. Like I don't want to talk to you,
we just want to share spaces.
That's it.
Yeah. And then what is your favorite form of intimacy with this friend?
And put it to Mumlesh. And put it to Mumlesh. Mamelan. What's you, mama? There's no such thing as gossip as long as it's facts. Period.
Not dripping, no tampon,
baby. So
Gumlesh.
I think Rivoningo and I we debunk a lot of things that we see that happen in front of us, you know. So we unpack because we also understand that like when we speak about things, we're gonna know more about them. Yeah.
I think we learn stuff by talking about stuff because then there's clips higher.
Literally.
Specifically on the TL. So we have to discuss them so that we can be like, do we have this behavior? What does it look like before?
Also like
what does this mean?
I feel like there's a very strong call out culture between our queer mates. Like it's always like a thing. Rivo wants like, she'll literally be like, drop me a DM. Friend, you're gonna be misunderstood with this, or is this what you're meaning? But anyway, you delete it because you don't wanna pour your energy into those things. Yeah.
And I think that's really cool because people know how to call like strangers out, but it becomes hard when it's your friend because I don't know, people think calling out is malicious. I don't know why people always perceive it as malicious. If someone tells you that something is problematic, they're doing work for you, hey? Like they debunking, they're unpacking, they're telling you why it's problematic, why it's such and such, and they're helping you unlearn quicker.
Another thing is like, if Rivoningo says, friend, delete that shit, I'm not gonna be wanting to fight her. I'm gonna delete it, we'll chat about it later. You know what I mean? Like, I'll understand that you're okay. In fact,
I mean, even if it was like, let's say we talk about it and we find out it wasn't problematic, then you've still, it's still good because you've like missed the chance of offending someone or invalidating someone else's experience. I think that's actually a form of intimacy. Call your friends out so that you can unlearn things together, so you can talk about stuff.
Also like what I learned, like I don't know if it's a people thing, I don't want to say it's like a sexuality thing, but there are moments whereby I'm very rigid about my friendships now because like there's been KA squared. But speaking to your friend, so let's say I'm speaking to Riva right now about something and she understands, then you see your friend going to laugh at it on the TL about the exact same thing. What do you mean, guys?
We talk about consistency. Moving on to the next question. How do we deal with desirability politics and the issue of the queer aesthetic in our friendship?
First things first, as a light-skinned woman, I need to realize my privilege. Like, I think that's one thing we need to do. We need to establish privilege. It's very easy to see it, guys. It's very easy to see it. It's very easy to see when you're being problematic as a friend. You need to also be honest. Like, people don't want to be honest about like chats like fat, you know? Because as much as maybe I can feel like a bit big in my skin, I need to realize that what I look like is conventional to most people. And like my other friends who are queer don't have that kind of privilege. So also like I need to be mindful of the people I bring into their spaces also. Like that's a big thing, especially when you have like straight and queers. Like there are some of my friends who I definitely never bring into Revo's space, and it's not that they're problematic, it's just that yeah, they are borders. They are boundaries. they are borders.
Yeah. I think for me, any kind of like politics that are just wrong, I don't want to bring into my space. Because before, like, cool, maybe you don't see bigotry as such a big deal, but if you have queer friends, if you have fat friends, if you have friends with acne, friends with anything that's just like not seen as desirable, then as soon as you bring someone into that space, you've kind of betrayed your friend. You've put your friend in a really uncomfortable situation. You've brought in someone to invalidate your friend's experiences. You've brought in someone to just make your friend not feel good. So in terms of that, also, I just don't bring weird people into my spaces for my sake and for my friend's sake.
Also, I just realized people don't understand bigotry. It was a very simple chat. It was such a simple chat. I didn't understand that day because it was like a thing of me as Lelethu. I say, yo, friend, I'm feeling so fat now. But I need to be mindful that Riva and I are on the same weight. Like, our fat does not look the same. And as much as people keep saying that now, I don't want to say people who are legitimately fat, but like people who are society standard of fat were invalidating Lelethu's fat. And it really wasn't like that. It was just like, you need to realize that
I think the issue is that people don't know how to connect their personal experiences with the dynamics with other people, right? So yes, you can feel dysphoric. First of all, let's say you actually aren't like, I don't even want to say scientifically, like if we took your measurements and whatever, you're not fat, like you the normal average human being as per science says, right? And you're dysphoric, that experience is still valid. However, when you go out and you project your dysphoria, then you trigger other people who actually experience societal repercussions of that thing. So if you're dysphoric in terms of being fat, right, you have your personal repercussions. In your mind, stuff is happening. However, society doesn't look at you and think you're fat, you don't deserve this, whatever, and then make your life like societally and externally difficult. When you go out and you project your internal struggles onto other people who are already experiencing external struggles, then it just becomes a thing of dog, like you're actually just being problematic, you're an inconsiderate, selfish person.
I think another thing, coming to Joburg and formulating more queer friendships made me realize that some things I used to say were like off the charts. Like, I started realizing that when I say that, yo, I actually gained a bit of weight, I need to end it there and say, yo, I gained a bit of weight. Or if I'm like seeing that my skin, because normal people wouldn't say, oh, Lelethu has eczema, because they seeing clear ass skin, your tone is matching. So when I say, oh shit, I have a rash, I need to be like, yo, I have a rash, I just need to like deal with it, maybe drink more water. I come like, yo, I have a rash, looking like a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
You know? The way you describe things is important because you're also describing things that other people have. Think about how you're chipping at people's confidence. Cool, you can be mean to yourself. I genuinely don't care what's happening in your mind. Like, I don't care, especially if you're not my friend. I don't care what's happening in your mind. If you're like really mean to yourself, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better. But at the same time, like, keep that stuff to yourself. Like, internalize all your bad emotions. I need you to internalize them, deal with them with your psychiatrist, psychologist, your friends, whoever your safe space is. And even when you're dealing with them, do not project them onto other people, because we also have the same internal struggles, and now you're just like making the burden heavier for me.
Another thing is even how when we deal with our internalized struggles ourselves, when you practice dealing with your internalized struggles in a healthy way on your own, you'll start to realize that you are doing less projection when you're actually now dealing with other people. So it does start with like, how do I deal with me having this rash right now? You know, like,
I think we all just need to interrogate our ideas of desirability. What does it mean for us when someone has acne? Do we see them as an unhygienic person? Do we think someone with acne is dirty, they don't take care of their skin? Do we understand that acne is hormonal? Dog, there's no amount of water that can fix your hormones. Like, there's not.
Yeah,
there's
also
no
guys,
soap that
stop
can fix
asking
your
us
hormones.
for skincare routines. I'm being scabby, y'all. It's genetics, baby.
Yeah,
it's genetics.
It's like no amount of water can change your genetics. No amount of hygiene can change your genetics. Yes, stuff helps, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, not everything even works for everyone else. I might be trying the most expensive product. I might have the most extensive skincare routine and still be coming out like looking weird. Like just leave, like interrogate your ideas of desirability. How do you interact with desirability? What does it mean when you see someone as undesirable? How do you treat them? How do you allow people around you to treat them? And then you'll see
also like I see it a lot. People, I think it's not, they don't consciously do it, but you know, like and like I wouldn't say I'm not a problem. Everyone has like a bit of a moment, because like I've noticed how sometimes we'll be like, yo, look at that person, or okay, and you do something, it's
Yeah.
no muso bako or something. Like, we need to start being conscious of how, because people think like desirability is not a thing. It is, guys. It's
desirability can get you jobs, or it can mean you don't have opportunities. It can mean you experience violence or you don't. On that note, if you are a desirable woman or a desirable queer, please don't try advise undesirable people on how to deal with violence or homophobia or sexism.
Yeah, because
they experience it the same. Men or like homophobes respect you more because you look better and you look a certain way, and they will be less violent to you because of the way you look. When you then advise someone, when a man is approaching some woman and saying weird things and that person reacts in a certain way, don't try to minimize their experience. Don't try to tell them to be calm or whatever, because we experience more violence, and that's that.
Because
Like,
if you, even in the queer community, like if you're conventionally attractive, even the way people approach me, it's very much more respectful. Whereas I find that with people who are not looking as conventional, even like the queers approach them in a way, but it comes from a sense of entitlement.
Yeah, like
I won't even like,
space.
it's very like, okay, Lelethu, looks this, I'm gonna approach you with respect. Can we? Other person,
like it's an entitlement. Like,
yeah,
you're not desirable. You owe me your space and your time.
Also, it even stems from this thing of how people think, because I really do believe some people think that queers cannot be friends because we all want each other. No, like, even how I hear how straights talk about it, like, oh my word, I was on Funamos Chomi, or can I like undress in front of you? Like, yeah, bitch, I don't give a fuck about your private, but I don't
We
even
actually,
care.
like, we also have types. We also find specific people attractive.
Like,
The same way you don't find like every man or woman attractive as a cishet person.
like, you can't be
Exactly.
asking me things like, can I get an undress? Because my thing is like, when you ask me stuff like, can I get an undress in front of you, it probably means that you think I've been looking at you in a certain way that's a bit creepish for me, because I'm definitely like, I thought we were friends. Like,
Yeah.
now you saying this, which is
Stop hypersexualizing queers, and queers, stop hypersexualizing yourselves. Internalizing that stuff is not working, love. It's just not. It's harmful.